Hello everyone, my name is Sam. Today I'm going to be teaching you about hunger in Minecraft. Hunger is something that a lot of people have a pretty basic knowledge of, but there are a lot of interesting things that a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to be going over those things today. Starting off with a basic idea of what is hunger. Hunger is represented by your food level, and that ranges from 0 to 20, and you can see that down on the bottom of your screen. The little leg shanks there. Each leg shank can be divided in two, so when you're completely empty you're at 0, and when you're completely full you're at 20, and every half shank is worth 1. So right now I am at 20. I have some foods here. This is in my survival world. I have some foods here, just listed with some points. This is going to be how many points they restore of just plain hunger right in the second line here. So bread's going to restore 5 points, and that's going to be 2.5 shanks. Melon are 2 points, so it's only 1 shank. Chicken 6, apple 4, spider eyes are 2, beef and pork are 2. And those are cooked. That's cooked beef and pork and cooked chicken as well. Now that's what most people know about hunger. Something a lot of people don't know is saturation level. Saturation level is kind of like fullness, how full you are, and what that is basically it's an invisible value that you can't see, but it's similar to the hunger bar. You can imagine it as just extending the hunger bar even further. So a bread's going to add 6 saturation, which basically adds 3 leg shanks to the end of your hunger bar, which means you'll stay full longer with bread than, say, melon. Melon has a 1.2 saturation, so bread is 6. So this means that if you eat melon all the time, and you run around and you do all this stuff and you sprint, you're going to see your health bar dropping almost immediately as soon as you start doing the activity. Whereas something like bread or chicken or beef or pork, you're going to stay full longer. You're not going to have to eat as often to stay full. So that's something to keep in mind when choosing what food to use. My personal favorites are bread, just because it's so easy to grow and farm. Beef and pork are my next favorite because they have such a high saturation level and they restore so many points that it's very useful that you only have to carry a few around at a time and you're going to stay full for a long time. Spider eyes are nice because I have nearly an infinite supply of them because of my spider farm. They're nice for if you don't mind eating a lot. They're cheap and easy to find. Melons are pretty much the same thing. They're easy to grow. You can get a lot of them very quickly, but it's very annoying to eat a lot of them, and you're going to have to eat off them because of that low saturation. The numbers I have listed underneath each one just represent the total number of points you're getting. That's just going to be your hunger plus your saturation gets you the total. 20.8 for beef and pork, which is pretty staggering. And you also need to remember that spider eyes are going to poison you for a short amount of time and take off a little bit of health. So that's something to keep in mind. Next I'm going to be talking about exhaustion. Exhaustion is how the game determines how you lose hunger. Basically, exhaustion is another invisible value that ranges from 0 to 4. As soon as it builds up, the more actions you do, and as soon as it reaches 4, it's going to go back down to 0, but it's going to subtract 1 point from your saturation level. And if your saturation level is already at 0, it's going to subtract 1 from your hunger. So as soon as it burns through that saturation, then you're going to see your hunger start dropping. And you can tell when your saturation is at 0 by when your food bar jitters at the bottom. You'll see kind of the leg shanks bounce up and down a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but if you see it, you'll know. And exhaustion works by each action you perform gives you a certain amount of exhaustion. So walking and sneaking are going to give you 0.01 exhaustion for every meter that you walk, which is 1 block. Sprinting is going to give you 0.1, which is 10 times greater, which is substantial. Swimming is going to be 0.015, which is slightly more than walking and sneaking. Jumping, just standing jump or walking jump, is going to be a 0.2, which is significant. 10 jumps is going to get you 1 point of saturation or hunger off. A sprint jump 40 standing jumps is going to get you 1 point off. A sprinting jump is going to be 0.8, so that's very substantial. 5 sprint jumps is going to bring you down a point. Other actions that take points off are breaking a block is going to give you 0.025, which is significant if you're mining a lot or breaking a lot of blocks. Attacking an enemy is going to be 0.3, which is also pretty substantial for like mob farms. If you're punching a lot, you're going to see your hunger bar drop quite a lot. Also, receiving damage is going to give you 0.3. The only other effect that's going to drop it, besides those that I just listed, is going to be food poisoning, which you can get from raw zombie flesh or raw chicken, and that's going to give you 15 points of exhaustion, and that's overtime. So that's going to drop you almost 4 points of saturation or hunger, depending on which one you're on. So things that are important to take away from there, sprint jumping is the most efficient way to travel across land like this without using a minecart, I guess. It's the fastest, but you're going to burn a lot of food. You can see I'm dropping a lot of food already. If I keep doing this, there goes another half a shank, and there goes another, and another. So you need to be cautious. If you're going to be sprint jumping a long way, like I do a lot on the way to like my skeleton farm or my village over there, I like to bring pork or beef with me, just because it's very nice to only have to eat like once before I go and once when I get there. If you can at all, I'd recommend just if you want to keep track on your keep track of your hunger. I'd recommend jumping as little as possible if you're going to be sprinting. Otherwise, walking, good old classic walking in Minecraft, is also very nice. If you're not in a big hurry, which no one ever is. So, those are the things I want to teach you today about hunger. Bread, chicken, and beef and pork are great for staying full. Melons and spider eyes are cheap, but they also don't fill you up as much, but they are nice and convenient because I have chests and chests and chests full of them. So, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe for more if you'd like. Leave any comments or suggestions in the comments, and like this video. Thanks, guys. Bye.